What's good, YouTube? So check this out real quick. The black therapist is on, I believe this is Lapeef, and he broke something down that I've been saying, but he says it a lot better than me. And then Average Man Unplugged didn't get it. He didn't get it. So he's gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you what it is right now. To it.
I saw that clip a little while ago, and about telling people who they care about and what they can serve.
Done this for about a little over 10 years.
Just like it's not realistic to require femininity from women. If in fact you want femininity from that woman, then you need to be a man that demands it, and not through words, but just by your integrity and your character. That is how we save these. I'm gonna tell you, y'all. And I think that we need to think about those things. Women are not walking around here smiling at you, asking you, can we fix you a plate?
So I'm going to shorten her very long masculine.
We don't
There
care.
is probably a noticeable gap between most people who don't do what I do for a living in terms of skill, knowledge, experience, and expertise. My graduate thesis was actually
he's getting his humble brag on. He's getting his humble brag on.
Men.
He's getting his humble brag on.
What I'm responsible for and how I give back and how I'm actually most viral. And then there's more in-depth, nuanced, actually curious. Audience is not people who don't want to know certain things, because the topic actually was about men and masculinity. To believe all women. I think we should believe all women when they tell you where they stand. And where
this is, hold on, before you, this is what I wanted. I found it. My bad, y'all. I found it right here. This is what I want. And he's going to articulate the difference between man and woman, and why Average Man Unplugged is, maybe he was on a short bus or something. I don't know. A lot of you red pill dudes are slow. And so he's going to break down why, our discourse and going back and forth is really, really hurting you guys, and understanding that we need to come together and feed off each other's differences. But this is beautiful. We're going to get to it.
You stand. I think we need to believe all women when they tell us that their femininity is conditional.
Yes.
I think we need to believe them when they say that they will or won't care about certain things that pertain to you and that could directly affect you. And I really, really do believe that when they are showing that when something is brought up, that they have a special ability to flip it back on to how some way and somehow they have it worse. You really need to kind of believe them, like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Thank you.
So, in terms of how I typically approach these conversations, my goal for the listeners, men and women, feminists or not, is really to introduce potentially new concepts, or at least concepts not only that people haven't heard of, but B, if they have heard of it, okay, well, what do we do about it?
Now, before y'all blow up the comments talking about some, I'm not going to believe
everything that I've ever heard from you, right?
It was a clip. I get it.
Yeah, for sure. And hearing you speak today, I'm like, okay, he got some sense. Like I can listen to you. We good, right?
No.
And I want to address something that you said about men's communication styles.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
They are different. Women's communication styles, men's communication styles, they are absolutely different. And both of us would benefit from learning that from each other, right? And I'm really glad that you said that, because we do have very different ways of communicating, because we're both socialized differently. But to Shan's point, everyone wants to be heard, but no one really wants to listen. But also, I think, from my opinion, and I'm a woman, right? And I experience men. I don't have men's experience. But in me experiencing men's communication style is also limited. Am I wrong?
No. You're very wrong. the men you date, this is another thing. I feel like a lot of people like they subtract themselves from the conversation. The men you date, they're limited, yes, but all men know. There are a lot of men that know how to communicate and are good listeners, and but yeah.
Yes and no. The yes part is I agree with you. Obviously, they're different, but the reason for what they're different matters. So, number one, women just by nature use more words, and I actually don't think it's a socialization thing.
Big facts.
In the actual interview, I had broke down about a socialization theory called blank slate theory. This is a ideology or a viewpoint that people who tend to lean more feminist operate in. If you don't know or understand what blank slate theory is, you're entering into arguments about something that you do not know is influencing why you think and see things the way that you do to begin with. Blank slate theory is the concept that outside of just some physical differences between men and women, psychologically, and yes, psychologically, they're basically the same.
No, we're not. No.
that's yeah. That was me. But this is what I want, right? I'm so sorry I didn't get to this point, but this is what I want, right? This is so important for you guys to understand this. And then when you're dealing with women, everything will make sense. But let's go.
No.
Blanks. I'll explain why that's a problem.
We're not.
Much of the data and research shows
we're opposites.
We are not the same physiologically or psychologically.
Exactly.
And we see it most expressed in our hormones. We see it when we have orgasms. We see it in terms of testosterone versus estrogen levels. There's so many things that's built in hardwired in terms of how we react and respond to sex or after sex. Even in terms of being ready for sex. Point by point by point,
completely different.
You'll see that we actually have a lot of differences.
Yes.
Even if we're 98% the same, we have these
we're not 98%
the same. A blank slate theorist ignores all of that. So when you hear feminists talk, and they're always talking about equality, we need to be the same. We need to have sex the same way men do. We need to be able to do the same type of work that men do, even if their bodies are better built for it. The blank slate theorists, because they want to disregard science, they want to disregard biology for the sake of the ideology that says we're equal in all things. Mm-hmm. When you think about it, it's problematic because now the sex that's not acting like the other sex, you think they're doing something wrong.
Apples and oranges.
That was so, bro. He said it so beautifully, man. Like, oh my God, bro. To understand, bro, that we are so different. Yes, we are both humans, but we are so different. It's like for you guys out there to do the comparison of you put a woman in a man situation, a woman and vice versa. It's like it doesn't make sense because we are not the same. We are not the same. We think black and white. I want to show you a video real fast of something that illustrates how different we are. Watch this.
Esquire Network's new reality TV show, Friday Night Tykes, featuring 5 San Antonio football teams with children as young as 8 years old.
Hey, give me that soft crap. I don't care how much pain you're in. You don't quit.
Is it about teaching discipline through tough love, or is it crossing the line?
This is where you earn your playtime.
If that kid comes across, I want you to put it in his helmet. Do you understand? I don't care if you don't get up. Let's go.
2 of those coaches now find themselves facing consequences, according to CNN affiliate KENS in San Antonio.
All right, so I showed that video to show, like, as a kid, right? As a kid, men are able to take things like as something as harsh as someone telling you to run someone over and just take it for what it is and go with it. Women are not like that. They're not like that. they're going to think about how the person feels, how they feel, is it really right, and all that. And so we're not the same. That we're so different. But I wanted to show you that because I couldn't find the dance mom thing. But in the dance mom thing, a dance mom had told the coach had told the daughter, the kid, you know, you need to lose some weight. And the kid ran and told the parent, and they were going back and forth or whatever. Right now, that happens in football too, but most of the time, the kid has to lose weight because you need to have a certain weight to play. But one of my illustrations is that with men, we take direct instruction. That's just how it is. The feelings, the emotions don't override the logic. Never. But with women, it always overrides the logic. It always does. They're feeling always. And so I'm gonna get back to the clip, because Average Man Unplugged is gonna say something that's gonna let you know why I brought this video up.
What happens whenever men or women are trying to have this conversation and they're trying to almost get the other to conform,
right,
versus almost more so understanding and integrating within their system. So I'll give you an example, and this isn't even relating to blank slate theory. This is about women and accountability as an example. And all these Black women on the panel, and I'm about to bring up women and accountability and see how this is gonna go. A lot of men will joke around and they'll say, what? Women don't accept accountability. They always shirking from it. They run and they bringing up other issues, right? I said in a previous podcast, what if the issue is not that women don't seek or accept accountability? What if their relationship with accountability is just a little bit different than ours?
Yes.
So for men, how are we held accountable when we do something wrong? When we're told or informed that we did something wrong, we're just like, oh, okay, I did something wrong in terms of my actions or my behavior.
White and black. Like I said, we're white and black.
And I'm not going to do it again. Therefore, I'm going to hold myself accountable.
Right.
Women don't have that same linear, straightforward approach.
Exactly.
When I say to you, or when I say to Ty or Jasmine, you did this, their initial response is not based on the fact of what I'm pointing out that they did wrong. Their initial response is the feeling that it's not that I'm saying that you did something wrong. They're interpreting and reacting to it as if I said something's wrong with them.
Exactly.
Yes. Men that understand that
yes
will have a much better understanding of being calmer with women.
Yes.
Especially when he first brings something up to his girlfriend, his wife, his female friend. Yes. He knows that there's the strong potential that when I point something out to you that you did wrong, her initial reaction and response is not going to be, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's usually, it doesn't go like that. Initially, she's like, what's wrong with me? And you'll hear when it's like, so now I'm not a good wife.
Yes.
Now I'm not a good girlfriend.
Yes.
Now I'm not.
Yes.
I'm talking about the act, and you're making it about your identity.
Exactly.
You weren't socialized to do that. No one taught you how to do that. My role and job, both as a clinician and now entering into this podcast space, is actually to have those types of conversations, to get us to understand each other's differences, what each other's going through, how we see and internalize things that could be different. I'm not trying to socialize it out of us. If men just act like women, we'll all be fine.
Right.
If women act like men, we'll all be fine.
Right.
No, I said we have unique differences. We got to figure out how to get back to integrating with them. And part of that discussion was literally that.
Now, I like the way he...
Now, watch this. This is the end of the video, y'all. It's the last part. Now, watch how the brother broke it down. The women were nodding because they understood. I don't know if the dudes were nodding because they're dumb, but the women, they all understood. I understood perfectly. Now, watch how this shit goes right over this nigga's head.
Broke that down. And you know what? It seems like the women understood exactly where he was coming from. But I guess my question is why is that? Why is it that?
You see what I'm saying, y'all? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if he's holding his V card. I don't know if he's ever had a mother. I don't know if he's ever had a sister. Bruh, it's like, it's some of this stuff, bro. You go through life, you learn it's pure just living life. But he's just so freaking behind the 8 ball.
Women don't have that like he said, linear point A to point B way of accountability.
Oh my God, this nigga's dumb as fuck.
If I had to take an educated guess, I guess because they're emotional creatures.
Right.
You know, so because of that, whenever you point out something that they did wrong, instead of looking at it logically like a man would, they're just kind of like, well, you know, they're more concerned about how what you said made them feel as opposed to
nah shit. This nigga
in reality how it made the other person feel, which is kind of weird when you think about it, because like she said earlier, women are nurturers and y'all supposed to care, but when a man comes to you with the problem that he has with you, you don't have that, I guess you can say, emotional capacity to be concerned about how that made him feel. You're only concerned about.
It's like when these red pill dudes hear information, they only can understand like the red pill part, and they can't understand like the full circle of information. So, well, if you tell a woman, good example right here, she's a high calorie woman, right? And the doctor was like, yo, you know, you need to get in shape, or you're gonna be on these blood pressure pills, right? And so you her man. And so you how do you get her in the gym? Do you do what the average man Unplugged does and say, hey, the doctor says you fat. You need to get your butt in the gym because you're gonna be on them pills, or they're gonna cut off your leg, right? That's how the average man Unplugged thinks, because that's how, when you go back to the football,
Charles Chavaria was suspended after cameras caught his hikes featuring 5 San Antonio football teams with children as young as 8 years old.
Don't give me that soft crap. I don't care how much pain you're in. You don't quit.
You see how aggressive a grown man is talking to an 8-year-old boy. And I'm bringing that to explain that's how we are as men. We can talk like that. You can say, hey, girl, get your fat butt in the gym, right? And then what happens is she's going to get insecure and sad and not want to go to the gym, because women do not process information like that. But this man is so behind the 8 ball in experience with women, he can't catch that. And it's like, it's all around us. I showed the video of the little boys, because they're little. They're not even grown men, and men are talking to them like very direct, very crazy like, and they're able to perform. This dude is slow.
He said, and how it made you feel.
Damn, you're stupid.
When he's really not, like he said, he's not attacking you as a person. It's about the action. Because just because somebody, you know, has committed actions here or there that are not really the best decisions, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person as a whole. And I think that's one of the problems that women have when it comes to accountability. They think.
Didn't this man, the therapist, say they don't have a problem? He said, the therapist said, right, that they are different. And so we need to you need to understand that they're different. They need to understand we're different. And we need to come together and understand it and then work together. That's what the therapist said, right? This dude is still talking about they have problems. And it's like, they don't have problems. You're the problem. You don't have good listening skills. You don't. This nigga's cooked, bro. Oh my God.
Just because you're pointing out something that makes them a bad person. No, it doesn't make you a bad person. So I think that's kind of where he's coming from with that. So that might, when you look at it that way, yeah, that does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Bro, how old is this nigga, bro? He just learned this shit today. Y'all following this goofy nigga, man? What? Oh my God.
That was me, bro. Grown man, cooked. He cooked. Damn.